For the last decade, all of us in the colonies have been under a propaganda assault from England in their desperate attempt to turn us against each other so we would never turn against their massive rot and corruption in the English Parliament. And I would like to share with your guests, if I may, um, a,
Please.
po- a political cartoon, um, a political cartoon published not that many years ago in London, referencing that massive corruption, just to show you that it is not just we in the colonies who believe there's this corruption, but it is well known in England that this corruption exists. So give me a moment here, and I will share this with you. And there it is, and I hope you're seeing that now. And this is a very interesting print here in America, but printed in the city of London. And what we see is an oath against bribery. And the gentleman receiving the oath is what we would call an MP, or a member of parliament. So you notice he is taking his oath against bribery, and look behind him. His hand is open, and into his hand, a gentleman is dropping a bribe, most likely a gentleman from the East India Trading Company, probably the largest purchaser of bribes in the Parliament. Now, it's very hard for you to see, but in that upper right-hand corner, if we were able to enlarge it and make it a bit lighter, is a menu of bribes. All of the different bribes available and the price in pounds sterling for each one. Now, may I remind everyone that we did not print this in America. We printed this was printed in London. So it was very well known at that time that corruption was rampant in the British Parliament. And of course, as you might guess, important companies in London paid, excuse me, Mr. Q. That is Mr. Q in the background. People who are used to watching me are used to hearing Mr. Q. Please excuse us. I'm not quite sure what he's up to in the background, but I'm sure that will fade away soon. So, and anyway, so it's well known that wealthy companies like the East India Company often paid members of parliament to vote in ways that would benefit them. They also helped contribute to members' campaigns when they ran for a seat in the parliament. And then that member might owe that company. And you might be familiar with one of the things passed by the parliament on behalf of the East India Company, which enraged us most recently, the Tea Act, requiring us to buy British tea to bail out the bankrupt and corrupt East India Company. This was rather transparent to us in the colonies that this is what the Tea Act was. But during that time, there was massive propaganda released in America to make us argue with each other over the tea, rather than join up against that corruption. And some of that turning us against each other started even 10 years before that with the onset of something, I don't know if you still know it in your time, called the Stamp Act.